I owe you one. What you want? Later.
I'm listening. Victory was upon us.
in. Last at it. That's
I would simply ask that you trust me and help me end Dawnstar's nightmares. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry. Once we get inside, all will become clear.
Watching your boyfriend play Spider-Man will make you feel like Mary Jane.
The woman I've loved since before I even liked boys.
A couple months ago when the game came out, he was so excited to do whatever a spider can, like shoot webs, climb up walls, and solve slow, tacked-on puzzles.
There goes the Spider-Man!
And now I'm so excited to do whatever a Mary Jane can and write an article about how much fun my boyfriend had being a superhero. So this won't be a review of Spider-Man. This is a review of what it's like to live with someone who plays Spider-Man.
This isn't about you. This is about me.
Spider-Man for PS4 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. The plot, voice acting, and cinematography had me glued to my boyfriend's TV like... For the first 10 hours or so, even the basic gameplay was unusually captivating to look at. The way the camera operates and the seamless integration of QuickTime events made the combat look like a choreographed movie scene. There's also just something hypnotic about the way Spider-Man swings around the world, leaping off rooftops and diving right into a crime scene just in the nick of time. Watching my boyfriend do all these impossible, amazing things had me looking at him like, wow, am I dating Spider-Man? But then he handed me the controller, because he had to poop or something, and said, just hold R2 and go that way. That's when I realized that while traversing the world, the character kind of moves by himself, and my boyfriend wasn't expertly planning every swing. Now I was looking at him like, Spider-Man, more like one button man. And so the mask was ripped away from Spider-Man PS4, revealing it.
Greetings. How may I aid you?
Its true identity, an open-world arcade where you swing to whatever type of game you feel like playing. There's beat-em-ups, time attacks, and slow, tacked-on puzzles. But if your boyfriend is a completionist like mine, the game is mostly a collect-a-thon. Watching someone collect backpacks and pigeons isn't exactly the most thrilling evening. And not to nitpick, but this seems pretty early in Spider-Man's career, so did he lose a backpack every single day since he's become Spider-Man? Who is paying for those things? Poor old Aunt May?
Do you need money?
No, I mean, I'm a little behind on my rent.
Doesn't she have, like, homeless people to feed?
I can't take this.
You can and you will.
And some of the places he hid them were really not that great. I think one of them was just, like, on a dumpster. You're telling me the garbage man didn't see a book bag cocooned in a giant web? If you saw that in real life, you'd be like... The news would get involved.
Oh my gosh!
They'd lock everything down like the end of E.T. Then they'd look in the bag and be like, oh, it's Peter Parker! Peter Parker Spider-Man! So for me, the main quests in the story are where the game really shines. I love the relationship Peter has with everyone. I've never believed how strong his connection to Aunt May was before, and I'm amazed that a video game has changed how I feel about those characters forever.
Helping through college and working here and sacrificing so much and asking for nothing. I just wish there were more people like you in the world.
This version of Peter Parker is truly the best iteration of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in and out of the costume.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
But he is also the ugliest. I'm sorry, Insomniac, I love your game, but some of the bugs were really gross. I mean, isn't Mary Jane supposed to look like this, not this? And speaking of Mary Jane, I can't tell you how many times my boyfriend rolled his eyes and said, I didn't pay $60 for Mary Jane PS4. And I agree. Watching him go from catching thieves like flies to like avoiding cardboard boxes was just a mind-boggling downgrade in entertainment. He actually felt the same way every time he had to solve one of those slow, tacked-on puzzles. But to be honest, I like those parts because I could actually help. And when I saw the solution before he did, I was like,
I'm something of a scientist myself.
To wrap this up, I highly recommend watching your boyfriend play Spider-Man for PS4, unless you hate superheroes or backpacks. You guys were so excited about this channel, and we can't believe the love we've gotten from YouTube and Reddit. We're definitely going to be uploading at least once a week, so leave a comment to let us know what games I should watch my boyfriend play. We really want to do Breath of the Wild or God of War, so let us know which one we should do first. When I was 6 years old, everything was covered in something called Star Wars. It was on my snacks, it was in my doctor's waiting room, they even snuck advertising into school on my friends' lunchboxes, backpacks, and Birkenstocks. Looking back, it's really obvious why my tiny baby girl brain pretty much hated it. Let's see. Hideous monster, kid from Jingle All the Way, hideous monster. I couldn't even enjoy a can of soda without looking into the eyes of Satan. I don't know what Taco Bell expected me to do with this. By the way, my first kiss, Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, I had that. I sucked on that. It was weird. I was 6. But it wasn't just the terrifying imagery and invasive advertising that freaked me out a little bit. All over the news, they were reporting an epidemic of madness, Star Wars madness, midnight madness. So when my dad asked me if I wanted to go see The Phantom Menace with him, I was like, no! Have you seen the kind of stranger danger that goes to those things? People in their bathrobes, people who worship the devil, people dressed like Shaq. When I finally watched it a few years later, my reaction was a mixture of, I'm way too young for this.
The taxation of trade routes is now engulfed our entire planet in the oppression of the Trade Federation.
And I'm way too old for this. After that, I pretty much decided Star Wars wasn't for me and avoided it at all costs, until my boyfriend fell into my life.
Hello there.
He asked if I liked Star Wars, and I said no. So he asked which ones I had seen, and I said only the first one, and he said episode 1 or episode 4, and I was like,
what the hell does that mean?
He said the 4th one is actually the first one, and I said this is why I don't like Star Wars. And he explained that the original trilogy from the 70s is amazing, with Jim Henson puppets and practical effects and sexy Harrison Ford. And I was like, oh, it all makes sense now. Star Wars isn't bad, the prequels are bad.
It's treason, then.
So, this isn't a review of a video game. Surprise! This is a review of what it's like to watch Star Wars A New Hope for the first time as an adult. Right away, this movie is just like, blam! John Williams coming in hot. Best soundtrack ever. Captures everything perfectly, but hold up a minute. They're making me read. Okay, Civil War, Evil Empire, yada yada Death Star, restore freedom to the galaxy, ...
Okay, because 3 dots means to be continued, 4 dots is a typo, but 5 dots means, whoa, do not make me say what I want to say, baby, but if I did, it would blow your mind, ... But
having seen the movie now, what I think George Lucas really meant by those 4 little dots was,
come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look.
Star Wars is pure imagination. It wasn't based on a book or a comic. It wasn't a remake or a reboot, and yet the hundreds of people responsible for set design, wardrobe, props, sound, special effects, and performances each managed to imagine something that became iconic. And all of those vastly different art forms create such a cohesive atmosphere and well-established world that it's hard to believe Star Wars appeared out of thin air. Being built from the ground up for the medium of film is what makes A New Hope so authentic and transporting. I didn't go into it with preconceived notions like Hermione should be uglier, or Harry should be uglier, or Ron should be he's just right, actually. I went into it simply thinking, this is exactly what a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away is supposed to look and sound like. It's timeless. And when other Star Wars films look like this, and are made like this, something feels off. So I propose
Lisa propose.
that if Disney made a Star Wars film and focused their imaginations on the film techniques used in the original trilogy, it would be more effective at recreating the galaxy everyone knows and loves. Crisp state-of-the-art CGI is beautiful, and wearing 3D glasses on top of my normal glasses is fun, but The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi felt more like being at Disneyland than being far across the universe. Presentation isn't the only important element in a great Star Wars movie, though. The plot needs to be just as immersive, and A New Hope is a masterpiece. George Lucas did what all the greatest writers do: steal. He simply took the hero's journey and put it in space. Luke is Frodo, is Harry, is Neo. Obi-Wan is Gandalf, is Dumbledore, is Morpheus. His lightsaber is the ring, is a wand, is leather. Princess Leia is Circe.
He's my brother.
But it's how he told the hero's journey that made Star Wars transcend from something that stole into something that is stolen from. Instead of watching A New Hope again for this review, my boyfriend thought a clever way of proving how powerful the movie is would be to recall the plot as best I can from memory, after only having seen it once over a year ago. So basically, there's a small ship and a big ship, and the small ship is like, uh-oh, here comes the space Nazis, then Space Hitler chokes a dude and captures Princess Leia, who is his daughter, but she doesn't know that yet, and I'm pretty sure neither did George Lucas. The comic relief bots escape with the Death Star plans, and then they get kidnapped by dwarves and potato sacks, and I remember a droid that's clearly just a dude with a trash can on his head. Luke buys the comic relief bots and finds a secret message.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Which is the first of many famous lines that I'll recognize and turn to my boyfriend like.
I understood that reference.
They drink paint and Luke wants to go to college, but Uncle Ben is too strict, so he watches the twin sunset instead, and John Williams is like, have you ever heard the sound of despair, a call from the void to do something great, and a glimmer of hope all at once? 'Cause here it is! And then I cried, and I related to Luke for the rest of the movie. Obi-Wan goes, whoa! And it's never addressed again how he made that sound.
Hello there.
Luke gets his father's lightsaber, his aunt and uncle get roasted by stormtroopers, they go out for a drink and there's a butthead band, but Man Bear Pig doesn't like you either, so Obi-Wan cuts his arm off, which seems like an overreaction for a Jedi. Now Harrison Ford and Bigfoot are gonna take us to Alderaan, but not before Han murders Panic Pete wearing a ski coat. Lightspeed! That doesn't look like a safe place to stand. Bye Alderaan, bye Jimmy Smits, bye Spider-Man. That's no moon.
I understood that reference.
Luke and Han get into Stormtrooper cosplay.
A little short for a stormtrooper.
Huh?
Which might explain why that one guy totally hits his head. Ew, he was just swimming in garbage. Also, he's your brother. Oh my god. Look at his red one. They have a really silly...
What brings you here? Goodbye. Greetings. Go in peace. How may I aid you?
How may I aid you? When's the afterlife? Looking for something special?
What brings you here? We shall meet. Well met. Ah, I've been expecting you. Blood and thunder. Go forth to victory.
Looking sword fight, and my theory about this epic move is that Obi-Wan is mocking Vader for that time he said,
"I'll try spinning, that's a good trick."
They escape with the princess, play lovers in a dangerous space-time.
I got him! Great hit! Don't get cocky!
And Luke totally has a crush on his sister, but he doesn't know it was his sister. I'm pretty sure neither did George Lucas. Now they have to destroy the Death Star, so they hop in their X-Wings, and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, plus a fat guy named Porkins. Pretty much everyone dies. It's all up to Luke. Darth Vader closing in. Han comes back to finish his character arc, and the way Vader says, "What?" really cracked me up. Come on, Luke. You used to bullseye Womp Rats in your TI-84 back home. Woohoo! They won the Olympics. And then Aragorn says,
"You're about to know one."
So how did I do? The point I'm trying to make is that Star Wars becomes part of you. It's impossible to forget. Everyone feels like a Luke sometimes. Everyone needs an Obi-Wan. And everyone wants to meet a hot guy with a cute dog. I don't know about that incest stuff, though. I can't believe how many awesome, iconic things appear in one movie that came out of nowhere. The architecture, ship design, fashion, creatures, technology, and all of the performances make every single frame distinctly Star Wars. They literally had an entire galaxy's worth of ideas. Pure imagination. Alright guys, thanks for letting us switch up our content real quick. Sometimes I just gotta talk about Star Wars, you know? If you like movie reviews, let us know, because there's a ton of good and bad movies my boyfriend has made me watch. Next week, we're reviewing one of our most requested games, Horizon Zero Dawn. I have a lot to say about them flesh-eating robots. Thanks again, bye!
It's too far away.
That's still recharging. Ready yet? That's still recharging. charge in. Isn't ready yet.
Friend! Yo! Hurry back!
Time is money, friend. Keep it real. Yo! Be good. Hey, how you doing? Have a good one.
Talk to me! Stay out. Hurry back.
Time is money, friend. Be good. Yo! Have a good one.
Interesting. Hurry back.
Reader beware, you choose the scare. Detroit Become Human is an interactive DVD menu from the creators of Lion King 1.5 Virtual Safari.
Okay, which way, folks? You get to choose.
Take on the role of 3 sexy androids and become human by pressing buttons when they appear to take out the trash, slap Mr. Krabs, and undress a little kid.
Open up, Detroit Police!
But be careful!
If you can't keep up,
You become the victim of domestic violence.
You blew it. My turn.
Witness the terrifying crimes against humanity real-life people are still suffering from be reimagined as something that happens to $900 computers in the future. It's got allegories for all of history's wackiest moments. Slavery, segregation, Hillary Clinton, and if you look close, you might catch a subtle nod to the Holocaust.
Man, that looks easy. But it's not. Stop it.
But this isn't a review of Detroit Become Human. Except, it kind of is, because watching it and playing it are almost the exact same thing. Okay, I admit that intro was kind of harsh. Become Human is actually an extraordinary piece of work, and easily the most unique video game we've reviewed so far.
More and more androids show signs of deviancy. There are millions in circulation. If they become unstable, the consequences will be disastrous.
I just can't resist making fun, because when you break it down, it's basically the world's most advanced choose-your-own-adventure about the world's most sensitive subject matter, told through the world's most inappropriate use of whack-a-mole.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
And I know, interactive film is a niche genre of gaming that's been around for a long time, and it's not everyone's cup of tea, but honestly, whoever drank a cup of Dragon's Lair and said, you know what this needs? A splash of racism. Yet somehow, it kind of works?
My name is Marcus. Just like you, I was a slave.
I'm fascinated and impressed that Quantic Dream was able to start a discussion about civil rights and social inequality that looks like this.
No, I hate this overpriced bullshit.
However, Detroit fills the entire spectrum of video game quality, from state-of-the-art to what were they thinking, which is why I'm organizing this review into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good. Right away, the game is like, wow, with those graphics.
Before we begin, let's make some adjustments to optimize
I'm turned on.
She uses Glossier. This looks so real that our dogs check behind the TV for Scarlett Johansson. And that's just the main menu. The in-game visuals are even more spectacular. Never before has a game aroused the same feeling I get from hyper-realistic oil paintings.
My mind's telling me no.
But my eyeballs are telling me yes. They're amazing because they're fake. And if I revealed that this corn you're staring at was actually just a photograph, you'd be like,
Get that corn out of my face!
Which is why something as ordinary as the ground is a work of art in Become Human. But it's not just the masterful modeling, texturing, and lighting that sells it. It's the way materials interact with the weather, such as a tie flailing below its clip. It's the way characters interact with the environment, such as stepping over clutter or dodging that guy's burrito. It's the minutia we see in our everyday lives that our subconscious recognizes as reality, and Quantic Dream was meticulous in bringing it to a virtual Detroit. But the real star of the show is the stars of the show. It's got Spider-Man as Agent Connor, Mr. Krabs as Lieutenant Krabs, Grey's Anatomy as MLK2 Electric Boogaloo, and Armie Hammer reprises his role as the Winklevoss twins. The performances are mesmerizing and make the character-driven scenes where you navigate personal relationships the best part of the game.
Oh my God.
The Agent Connor, Mr. Krabs storyline is what I consider proof of concept for interactive film.
I was the head chef on the SS Diarrhea.
If the entire game was just the buddy cop story, trying to win over your partner with dialogue options and solving crimes that kindle your own existential turmoil, all while balancing protocol and morality, I'd be like,
That's all you had to say.
Unfortunately, the unsatisfactory gamification and big-picture, world-changing plot prevent it from achieving the excellence that either film or video games are capable of. Which brings us to the bad. This game kinda sucks. I get that QuickTime events and button prompts are supposed to be immersive. They aren't. They are a dull, cheap excuse for gameplay and a visual distraction during the climax of almost every mission. Doing this, instead of watching the movie, is the opposite of immersive. Even worse than QuickTime events are what I call stop-time events. This is when they literally just pause the scene you're watching until you press whatever buttons will unpause it. If you went to see a movie and it was like, hold up a minute, gotta press down on a stick real quick, hold up a minute, gotta wiggle the controller, hold up a minute, right foot blue, you'd be like,
bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
It's a superfluous misuse of interactivity by the industry leaders of interactive film. And frankly, I'm worried they're having an identity crisis or something.
I'm not a game. Not quite a movie.
Hey Quantic, you don't gotta slap so many buttons on your movie, bro. You don't gotta pretend to be a game for me to love you, bro. Your dialogue trees and graphical fire are enough for me. I love you, but...
Get that cone out of my face!
Alright, now buckle up, cause here comes the ugly. Detroit Become Human is one of the worst examinations of artificial intelligence I've ever seen. It barely explores the philosophical debates and ethical dilemmas that make the topic so provocative. Instead, it essentially boils down to,
what is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my God.
And
like the guardian!
Make no mistake, this game is not about androids, it's about race. There are no thought experiments about the ambiguity of sentience, the nature of consciousness, or even the technological singularity. In place of scientific and ideological rationales for why machines deserve equal rights,
does this unit have a soul?
Are tone-deaf, in-your-face references to actual human suffering. Remember the back of the bus?
I know what that is!
Remember I Have a Dream?
I clapped when I saw it!
Remember Auschwitz?
Oh my God!
I'm all for having political discourse in video games, and an interactive film in which a player's choice has permanent consequences could be a groundbreaking way to teach empathy.
It broke new ground!
But Detroit's historical plagiarisms felt like lazy world building at best and exploitive pandering at worst. I just wasn't convinced these spooky-ass windows are safe. They climbing in your windows, they snatching your people up. And even if they are legitimate sentient beings who experience reality subjectively and not just programmed to appear that way, then one day they're gonna look back on us the same way we look at Neanderthals.
An upright ape living in dust with crude language and tools, all set for extinction.
So the game fails to deliver on the promise made right in the title. Just because a bunch of walking, talking Amazon Alexas pander to your guilt by singing a slave song doesn't mean they've become human and you can put down your weapons. But that was the hilarious, cringy conclusion to our story and how the robot holocaust was brought to an end. I know I've been hard on this game and more analytical than my usual reviews, but this is a 10 out of 10 must-play experience in my opinion, even if the overall quality is like a 3. I consider Quantic Dreams the absolute best at story permutations and hyper-realistic physics-based graphics. However, they are one of the absolute worst at gameplay. It's my opinion that if they fully committed to making an interactive narrative experience and abandoned game design altogether, they could make something legendary. Imagine the water cooler conversations about Breaking Bad if your recap of last night's episode was a personal story. It wouldn't need ham-fisted social commentary to tell you how to feel. It wouldn't need Mission Impossible set pieces or sky-high stakes. It would just need one character whose dialogue and decisions are guided by your own beliefs and morals, so that when the story ends, they're lying in the bed you made.
What's up?
Sure could use your help, kid.
Time is money, friend.
Keep it quick, kid. I ain't got all day.
Hey, how you doing? Keep it real. What's up? Be good.
Welcome to Ratchet. Hope you're looking for work.
Yo! What's up?
Yo!
That still makes him a genius. I need to target something first.
What can I do for you? Go forth to victory.
Sug. Lotar. For the Horde. Graw. Go forth to victory.
Hey there. Later.
Brawl hard. Down.
He warned me. My boyfriend had always made me feel like his one true love.
You are my queen.
Until one day, in a moment of weakness, he was tempted by another.
I want you to see me. All of me.
The only time he has ever said, "we need to talk," was when he warned me about Red Dead Redemption 2's release date like it was the last day we'd ever see each other. Red Dead made him lose track of so much time, made him talk so much like a cowboy, and made him kill so many Bambis that I started a YouTube channel where I could complain about it. In the 7 months since, I've reviewed 32 games and now consider myself a professional at watching someone else play them. That's why when my boyfriend told me he had a hankering for another Rockstar game, I still died a little inside, but I died a little inside with honor.
Do you have any last words?
Give me some of the pain and let me die.
So, this isn't a review of Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a review of what it's like to live with someone who plays Grand Theft Auto 5. This video was brought to you by Skillshare. If you want that sweet 2-month free trial, hang out till the end of the video. But good news, everyone! Grand Theft Auto 5 is a lot more fun to watch than Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead might be a more realistic, emotional experience that makes you feel like you're in an Academy Award-winning Western movie.
You just shot an unarmed man. Well, he should have harmed himself.
But GTA is an unrealistic, farcical experience that makes you feel like you're in a Raspberry Award-winning movie.
You're driving with no hands!
It's easy if you practice a lot and never ever do it in heavy traffic.
For example, in Red Dead, my boyfriend would spend hours tracking and hunting cougars, but in GTA, he would chase them up a mountain in a stolen car.
Only in Grand Theft Auto can you race a Jaguar in a Jaguar.
Neither of those things are correct.
On a mountain.
In Red Dead, he would use cinematic mode to activate auto travel, which meant I was basically just staring at a pony ride. But in GTA, the cinematic mode has no auto travel, which meant I was basically staring at a car crash.
I don't want to do this.
Because it's fun. I'm having a fun time. Oh! This is actually simulates what it's like to text and drive. Don't text and drive, folks. You never know what's coming around the corner. Oh, shoot.
In Red Dead, he was devoted to immersion and treated every moment as if he were an actual cowboy on the American frontier. He invested entire real-life days into going fishing, camping, avoiding mica missions, and writing in his diary. In GTA, he was also devoted to immersion and treated every moment as if he were an actual resident of Los Angeles, California. He invested entire real-life days into never using his turn signals.
Watch this, I can zippity-doo-dah.
Careful. Getting hired at a startup that overspends on appearances while underpaying employees, committing time theft at said startup, and having a girlfriend who sings along to pop radio every time they get in the car.
Give me more, babe. Oh yeah.
Good job, baby.
Thanks.
More.
None of that was about GTA. It's true. All of it. The point I'm trying to make is that even if you're backseat gaming, GTA 5 is pure comedy. And not just because the plot is a ruthless satire on contemporary stupidity.
Oh! She took her underpants off.
Or because the script is full of low-hanging potty humor.
Oh, I saw his dangler.
The real comedians were the programmers who wrote their own satire on the laws of physics. I imagine at some point during development, the director took a step back and said, wow, this is the most beautiful, lifelike city ever constructed in a video game. We may only be decades away from simulating a reality indistinguishable from our own, and on that day, Rockstar will be no less than a god. But for now, let's recode everything to be wildly unreasonable.
Is this how it's supposed to be?
This is the funniest gameplay I've ever seen. I don't think 5 minutes can go by without something completely absurd happening. Like when we tried to play fetch with Chop.
And I have a ball I can
Oh
throw.
my god!
Watch, ready?
Get the ball for me, boy.
That's the wrong way, Chop.
He ran the opposite direction and murdered someone. Oh no!
Chop, no!
Tell him no! Wow, he killed him. There's money on the ground. Or how during a beautiful morning drive in a smart car, we became witness to a high-speed chase.
Let's watch this unfold.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hello, man. Spirits be with
What are you looking for?
for the horde. Zug zug. Be safe.
trunk open. They're getting serious. Oh no, you're a stupid idiot cop. Quick! You're gonna lose him. Oh my god, this cop has a concussion. I'll get him.
Then became heroes in a high-speed chase.
I got him, he's right here.
Oh no! What did we stumble onto? Oh boy. Then became the culprit in a high-speed chase.
Hey, are you guys gonna use this car? Thanks.
Oh, they didn't like it.
Oh, they didn't like
it at all.
Uh-oh, don't take the
Where'd
cars.
their car go?
His partner just
He
drove
took
off.
the smart car.
He took a...
He took it.
Oh no!
The entertainment value of just roaming around doing whatever is so high that getting my boyfriend to progress the story was almost impossible.
Okay, I'll do the missions now. You!
Normally, the hole-up-a-minute moments in video games are optional side quests that offer some sort of loot or reward. In GTA, the hole-up-a-minute moments were random nonsense like trying to get this yoga ball out of the house and into the pool.
They did it, they added floating physics.
Wait, kick it off the step. It doesn't float.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Push it in the deep end.
100% floats.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't float. This game. Oh, no,
it does. Or finding a park and going for a peaceful walk.
This is nice. Let's go for a walk.
Okay. Oh my god.
Why are people so mad at me? Why is the cops here?
What do you mean you punched people?
Wow! That was a fun stroll through Echo Park.
And for the first time ever, I ended up liking his hole-up-a-minutes more than the main quest.
I'm mowing the lawn.
The missions can be incredibly fun, particularly those where you plan and execute a heist, but the missions can also be incredibly not that way. Why would anyone want to tow a car or stack shipping containers when they can go off some sweet jumps at LAX?
Whoa! Oh no!
And no matter how good a mission might be, it will almost always involve driving to the marker that starts the mission and then getting right back in the car and driving to where the mission actually takes place.
We're back in the car again.
When there's even a 10% chance that all that driving will lead to a menial task,
This is my favorite mission. It's called Go to Ron.
it's just easier to make your own fun, such as off-roading in a hot pink sports car. I love this.
This is such a moment right now.
I want to do this in real life.
With the music.
Yeah. The bugs. Or getting a lap dance.
Oh yeah. I think I saw some poop in there.
Touch it! No touching! In conclusion, Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely the most consistently entertaining backseat gaming experience I've had so far. Los Santos is a great place to introduce a loved one to video games, in the same way that a playground is a great place to introduce a toddler to fun. However, it can be disgusting, it can be offensive, and it can be violent. This has made a lot of people angry and been widely regarded as a bad move. And it made $6 billion. The end. And now, a message from our sponsor. You may know by now that my boyfriend Matt takes all my weird thoughts and puts them into script form. That's because he has a college degree in creative writing, and I don't. But who needs fancy college classes when there's Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives with more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and more. With a premium membership, you'll get unlimited access so you can join all the classes and communities that are perfect for you. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. We love the creative writing classes, such as this class from Matt Belisai. Writing for YouTube isn't something that is taught in most places, and as content creators, this is extremely helpful. Skillshare is also super affordable. A subscription will cost you less than $10 a month. Join more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare by clicking the link in the description for your free 2-month trial of premium. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I had so much fun playing GTA with my boyfriend and all of you who hang out with us on Twitch. Be sure to follow us there if you want to go behind the scenes or have a chat with us. We've just started playing Monster Hunter World together and I have no idea what's going on. Okay, thanks again. Bye. In our Borderlands 1 review, I told the story of how my boyfriend taught me to play first-person shooters with Portal 2, and once he knew I could point and click, he went straight to the co-op page on Steam.
So what do you need besides a miracle?
Guns. Lots of guns.
And gifted me Borderlands 2. Since then, I've become a huge fan of the series and couldn't wait to add Borderlands 3 to my collection. But apparently, this happened. You're telling me that instead of clicking on this thingy, I have to click on this thingy if I want to play the new Borderlands? Let me just see if anyone else feels as mildly inconvenienced by this.
I'm dying!
Whoa, Epic Games exclusivity is the least stupid thing surrounding this game release. In all of my year pretending to be a game journalist, I have never seen so much controversy. Even we here at Girlfriend Reviews were caught in the drama, and it is finally time to break our silence. At the Borderlands 3 reveal event, which we were obviously invited to, I approached a 2K representative and asked, "May I please have a fold-out chair so I can sit next to my boyfriend while he plays the demo?" And that 2K representative looked me right in the face and said no. Now, before you guys get out your pitchforks, I should tell you that 2K did release this official apology.
I have done nothing wrong, ever, in my life.
I know this. And I love you.
Money, please! My money.
So, this isn't a review of what it's like to boycott Borderlands 3. This is a review of what it's like to finally play Borderlands 3, yeah! This video was sponsored by Skillshare. Make sure you stick around so we can tell you how to get a 2-month free trial. There are 3 things I want to cover in this video: the looting, the shooting, and the muting, which is what you'll want to do during the story.
God Queen Tyrene coming at you live.
First is my favorite part, the looting. For me, Borderlands has always been about the dopamine-releasing colors and sound effects that Las Vegas uses to ruin people's lives. I won.
Favorite client.
You did?
Ah! It was a grenade! I didn't win. Every time you interact with a loot box, it's like putting a quarter in the slots, and if you scratch your neck long enough, you'll eventually hit the jackpot, and boy does that feel good.
Oh, wow.
In Borderlands 3, they've doubled down on the casino experience, and dare I say that it has too much loot?
Oh, that's not so much. So?
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff to open and items to investigate, which is great because I need it. But if you remember my Borderlands 1 review, it can make me an unpleasant co-op partner. I became obsessed with power and had a serious fear of missing out on loot.
Level 25 requirement, holy moly.
I want to see some stuff. Anytime he found a chest, I was like... And I'm not proud of my behavior when he would take something before I had a chance to look at it. That's why in Borderlands 3 we were so thankful for the addition of cooperation mode, which makes it so my greedy, sticky-fingered boyfriend can't take my loot. Unfortunately, cooperation mode actually backfired a bit by creating unique items for both of us, meaning there was 2 times the amount of loot to discuss, trade, and inject into my veins. Plus, there was no way to verify if he was telling the truth about what he found, and I don't think he was, because most of the time he gave me something it felt like this. On top of more loot in general that's doubled by the cooperation mode is seemingly endless variety. This is a Tediore that does whatever that is, and then I throw it and it explodes. I spent more time reading over items and staring at my inventory than actually playing the game.